Good morning, everyone. Is everyone up and awake? I doubt it not. So it's Roseanne. How y'all doing? We're back. We are back live. We will be with you now live from the theater from now until 6 p.m. this evening when the event stops. So I have to remind you, if you are to make a donation, please do so before 5:59 because they cut it off directly at 6 o'clock. If you are to make a donation after 6 o'clock, although Bootless will receive it, it will not count towards any of the prize stretch pools and things of that sort. And please mark yourself, jot down a little note for yourself. I need to donate before 5:59 today. All right. Let's just go through a couple things again. And the way to donate is to go to our website and our Do More 24 page, and that is bootless.org/do more 24, the number 24DE. Do more 24DE. There's a little says make a donation, little button, you click through. It's a very, very simple process. There's a couple questions to ask. How do you want to be recognized? Donation, and they take all kinds of pain. You can do it that way. And if you really are going to help not just Bootless, but you're going to help organizations that are listed for the 24 event that's happening, then check the box and sign up as a Do More 24 subscriber. It's not really a subscriber, but there's a way to click that button, and you're in that data bank in the fact that you can then just keep putting things in your cart by nonprofits. Basically, you're building a cart, and at the very end, you'll check out, and they'll. And if you could also check the box that said that you'll handle the handling fee, the processing fee, that helps us out as well because that doesn't get taken away. So if you donate $25, $2, so it's 27 total. Very, very simple. Again, donate what you can. Every dollar helps. I know that everyone hears that over and over from all the different telethons or when we're fundraising and things, but it really is true. Every dollar counts. A small nonprofit like Bootless, we make a dollar stretch like no one's business, okay? I mean, we just do it the best we can with that dollar. And every dollar is so appreciated. I have to make some shout outs because the West Coast did come alive overnight for us. And we got donations in, and I think it was a boost of what, $400? I $500. So thank you, West Coast. Now you're sleeping, and we're up, and so we're going to start this cycle again. So back on the West Coast, wake up on the East Coast. I mean, wake up, brush yourself off. You're gonna go to work probably. Hopefully, you're not actually in the office. Maybe you got Fridays off. I don't know, and you're sitting around today. Tune in. Check back with us. I don't expect you to keep us on all day. That would be really lovely if you did, but if you don't have to, but check in every now and again because we have great stuff coming up all day long. Right now, what you're going to see is the morning show. So we have fitness training, we have a nutritionist, we have some yoga, we have just some banter that's going to go around with a guest host, and then we have a podcast that's coming in and shooting. And at time, we're going to start the day drinking because at noontime, Frank's Wine is coming in with a wine tasting, and all the wine is Ukrainian wine. So we are supporting Ukraine along with everyone else here. And so what you can do is if you're in person in the theater, and yes, you can go to the theater. The theater is doors are open. We have an audience seating set up for you. You can come and be part of the telethon and enjoy it live if you feel. But if you do come down and you are here for the wine tasting and things of that sort, Frank will have a bucket that you can also make a separate donation to the Ukrainian Relief Fund. And last week with his, I believe it was just a little shy of $900 that he raised, and he gave over to the Ukrainian church to give to the fund for the relief. So again, you're not just helping us, you can come down, you can help others as well. And also the G4 event is for all the nonprofits who signed up, and there were hundreds of them, okay? It's not just Bootless, it's not just a couple of things here. Hundreds of Delaware nonprofits who are all doing something, this Do More 24 event. All of them are seeking your help, your love. So if you have another passion, animals are your passion, go to the Do More 24 and search animal, and probably will come up with Delaware Humane, the Brandywine Valley CA, what is it? Calls for People. What are the friends? Faithful Friends. Faithful Friends. I don't want to miss anyone. There's rescues. There's all that. You can help the animals. If you want to help some, there's programs like Read Aloud Delaware. If you want to get into social services more, there's, I believe, the Warehouse. If you want to work with, with the youth of Wilmington and things of that sort, the Teen Warehouse. There's, I can't even begin to go through the list, but go to Do More 24 DE, and I think that's a .org, that you can check and see what else you might, give a couple kisses to all of your dollars, okay? So please, I'm going to check my watch here. I need to talk for 5 more minutes, because after I'm talking, you're going to see a woman who I have now had the pleasure of knowing for a few months. I think July is when I met her, July of, and the shutdown and not being in the theater, not being able to run around like a wild person. I ate junk. I got fat. I got fatter. Okay. So am I still going? I can't hear myself. That's why I'm asking. So yeah, Lori Miller from Edge Fitness in Christiana is here, and she's going to kind of take me through my training routine he has for me doing sometimes. So, hey, I've lost how many pounds? I think it's like almost 20, but you think it's over 20. I can't remember, but I mean, fabulous. So, and if you're an actor, if you're an artist, especially actors, but artists, musicians, you have to stay physically fit to do the job that you do. Being up on stage, it's physically demanding, emotionally demanding. So the reason we brought in Lori for the training, we're the nutritionist and the yoga and things like that, is these are things that actors especially need to keep in touch with and keep in the back of their heads to keep themselves fit. They can take the stage and not fall over, because that was my fear. I told Lori, I'm here to lose weight so that when I go back into a dance routine and I don't collapse on the floor. So that was the goal, and we've made it. So that's where we are there. And again, we're going to have things, and we also have some more music coming up in the afternoon. I know there's Kelly and Nick, and who else do we have in the afternoon? I don't remember. So, oh yes, we're going to take a tour of Bootless, and we're also going to go out. I don't know how many people know this. This is in the basement of Stephen's Church. Yes, we do a wacky thing in the church. So we're in the basement of the church, but outside of our is one of the largest food pantries in Delaware, and that is run by the Lutheran Community Services. And we're going to take a tour. We're going to meet some of their volunteers and see what they do to serve the community. And what they do is absolutely amazing. When you see how small this little tiny pantry is, and how much they're able to get into communities and to the people who treat it. And with everything this past 2 years, their need has just grown so much. They're having trouble keeping up. And if you come down to the theater, I would hope you would come down and visit us in person. It would be, if you do, how about if you bring not only a little bit for Bootless or for the Ukrainian, bring a canned good, bring a box of cereal, bring something that you might drop off to the food pantry. Because again, for them, as we say, every dollar, just a single dollar for us, let me tell you how much that box of cereal or mac and cheese or that box of pasta and the can of sauce and everything, that means the world to them and the people that they serve. So there's a love that needs to go around out here in Delaware. So join us, spread the love. So I think that's it. I think we can, yes. All right. I'm going to quickly dash off. I already have my little exercise, but I got to take my shirt off, pull my hair out. Lori, come on up. I'll introduce Lori. Okay. All right. All right, everyone. Lori Miller, and I'll be right back.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for waking up and meeting me at 6. This is about the time of day that Roseanne and I usually meet, actually, throughout the week. So we're definitely a riser. I'm so excited that I get to do this with you. I know that especially during shutdown, we didn't have access to a lot of gyms, a lot of equipment. I think a lot of people had to learn how to exercise with nothing but their body weight. That's what we're going to do today. That way, if you're at home, you don't need anything for this workout. We're just going to use our body weight. How do you feel? You're ready? You poor thing. I know that you're on no sleep, but okay. First thing, it's very important to me that we have a slow warm up and a slow cool down. So first, just kind of twist out, get some mobility going through your spine. I like to, right here already, my core is nice and tight so that it can get nice and warmed up. Let's do some arm circles. I always say this is the most under warm up. Getting your shoulders ready. Just want you to pull your legs up, stretch out your quads. I try really hard to get all my clients to know their muscle names, so instead of calling these your thighs, we're going to call these your quads today. Couple kicks out in front of you. This is going to stretch out your strings. I thought that we could just do a nice little full body today. So the first thing I want to start with is legs. Is that good? Okay, let's start with squats. So I want you to feet shoulder width apart, okay? Your knees are going to come out, chest stays tall. Sit right down for me and come right up. Perfect. Go again. 10, 2, good. You'll notice it stays up and I'm not right. I'm not leaning forward. I stay nice and tall. All of my weight goes into my hips. My hips push back. Let's do 2 more. Good, we're going to take that right into lunges, okay? I always like to do reverse lunges. They're easier on your joints. So what I want you to do is step back, up, legs, go right back. Let's go to 10 here. 4, good. Your core is nice and tight here as well. I tell everyone anything could be a core move if you just try hard enough. Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to sit into a lunge. This really is called a split squat. We're going to do one leg at a time. We're going to count to 5 and then pop up. What this is going to do is it's going to get our glutes, our booty nice and engaged, okay? So we're going to sit. We're going to count for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up slow, right back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up slow, keep going, go right back down. 5, I'm going to have you move this foot over just a little bit. I don't want you to act like you're on a tightrope. There you go. Okay, come right back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up, 1 more. Down. 5, 4, good. 3, 2, 1. Up, switch legs. We go right back in. No tightrope, good. Come right down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, back down. You'll notice both of my legs are about a right degree angle. That's perfect, so we're not shifting our weight up. It's not this. Good, come up. My torso never goes forward. I tell people, go ahead, come up. If there was a wall right here, my torso would never hit it when I lunge. I'm gonna come straight down. Yep, perfect. Straight up. Okay, good. Shake it off a little bit. Do some butt kickers. We're gonna run it all again, okay? We start with squats. This time I want you to put your hands up over your. This is going to get us a little bit more core engagement. It's going to get your heart rate just a little bit higher, okay? We're going to go to 10 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right down. 1, 2. Your heart rate comes up every time your hands are up over your head like this. But what it's really, it's helping my core not collapse. So this makes your core stay nice and big and tall. One more. Good, and then right into those lunges, right back. Let's do 10, it's 5 on each side. Come up, switch legs, 1, 2, good, again. 3, 4, good. 7, 3 more. We're gonna do those pause lunges after this. Stand up, take like just a second. Split your stance, and you come down for 5, 4, 3, 1, up. Let's do 5 reps. Down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up. 4, good, 3, 2, 1. Can you feel the difference here between just coming down? 3, 2, 1. It's a little bit easier on your heart rate. It's a lot harder on your muscles. Good, switch legs. Come on down for 5, 4, 2, 1. I really hope the people at home are doing this just watching us. If you're not, now's a good time to hop right up. 3, 2, 1. Again. Sit lower. 5, 4, 3, 1. One more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Stand up. Shake it off a little bit. Good. I want to do some squats. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with our feet nice and narrow together. I'm going to step out and down, back to center, out and down, back to center. So we're going to go big, wide sumo squat. My knees are pointed out, right back up. Other, right back up, okay? We're going to alternate, and we'll just go straight to this way first. Nice, narrow stance. Ready? Here we go. Out, up, 1, 2, good, again. 3, let's go to 10. 5, yep. 7. Last one. 10, good. Into curtsy lunges, so that's where we're going to step back behind us and down. This for your outer glutes right here, okay? So come on over this way. Good. 1, good. 2, just straight to 10. 3, perfect. 5, I want you to feel the stretch in your outer glute. The lower you sit, the more your muscle has to extend, contract on the way back up. And I want to go right into a pause squat. If you have a wall, you can always make this into a wall sit. If you don't have a wall, we're just going to sit and hold. Ready? We're just going to come on down. Hold, shift your weight back for me just a little bit. Yep, right there. I've got your clock. We're going for 15 seconds. Stay right here. After this, we go right back into those in and out squats, okay? Oh, I did not say come up. Chest tall. Deep breath through your tummy, not through your chest. We're breathing up here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it off, take a breath. Are you ready? We go this way first. We go to 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes. 3. Good. Of course, if you have weight at home with you, you can hold it here. You can use lots of things for weight at home, like a gallon of milk, a cat, if You can hold it while you squat. I try to do that. My cat always rejects me. Good, breathe. Curtsy lunges, take a breath in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We go to the left. For them, it's the right. Good. 4, 5. Keep your hips nice and square. Don't let them open. 8. 2 more. We sit and hold for 15. Ready? 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit. 15 seconds. You stay here with me. You can put your hands up. You don't need that support. You don't need it. Good. Sit lower. You can. Try again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Give me 5. Give me 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Do some butt kickers. Need a sip of water? You okay? Do you have a sip of water? You're tired. I know. Me on Fridays. This is so hard. Okay, I feel like that's good for legs. You feel like your legs got enough? Okay, let's do a little bit of upper body. Upper body with just body weight. It's a little trickier with legs. Body weight is easy. You have enough weight on you to kind of get those muscles engaged. It's going to be a little bit different, and that's okay. I want to start. We're going to do push-ups on our knees. All right, so we're just going to come right down. I want to show some things that we're not going to do first. Roseanne is in a perfect. Why don't you turn to the side so the nice people can see you? Roseanne is in a perfect stance right here. Let's look at something she's not doing. Her hips are not like down on all fours. She looks good. Her body is perfectly straight. Her feet are up off of the floor. So what I don't ever do when we're doing a kneeling push-up is something like this. My feet are up. My body is straight. My hands are a little bit wider than my shoulder width apart. The more narrow they are, the harder it's going to be. Don't do it. Okay? And good. 1, 2. We've been working really hard on our push-ups, and honestly, they look pretty good. 4. Good. 5. Straight to 10. 7. Yep. 9. Last one. 10. I want you to pop up and plank for me. So same form, except now we're up on our. Oops. Let's go up on our hands. Thank you. All I want to do here are shoulder taps. I want you to tap across your body. 1, 2, go to 20. 3, no tick-tocking of those hips. Try to keep them nice and stable. This actually looks perfect. 7, 8, 20, 9, 12, good. 13, come on. 15, nice tight core. 17, 18, yep. 19, 20, we're right back into push-ups, so shake it off. If your wrists are hurting, you can also have like a little hand towel, make fists with it. I tend to do everything that's supposed to be done on my wrist up on my. Get ready? Yep. 2, good, Roseanne. 3, what did you bench press last week with Jim? Like 65 pounds. I'm so happy. Same muscle that we're using here for bench press. Breathe. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, and then you're up into that high plank, okay? Here we go, here we go. Perfect form. I feel like you should have done bad form so that I could have spent some time correcting you, but you just look too good. 5, 6, 7, 8, good, 9, 13, 16, good, 17, 19, 20, shake it off. We're going to move on and do some core work, okay? Take a big deep breath. We're good, we're good. I was just thinking that you should have a sip of water. Why don't you go take it? You want to take like 30 seconds? Why don't you? No? If you're watching and you want some water at home, this is a good opportunity. We can take this now. And I can talk for a second. Definitely what I like to do with all of my clients and everyone who I am encouraging to start training is that you're not going to do a full body workout every day. You're almost never going to do a full body workout. That's what we're doing today because we have such limited time. typically what I tell people to do is you're going to try to work out maybe 5 days a week if that feels, really good. Thank you, Jim. Here, I'll take it. Thank you. What I want you to do is think about your body in 3 separate parts, okay? You have your upper body and what I like to call like the front part of your upper body, right? Your chest. So that's going to be things like pushing, like push-ups, or shoulder presses if you have dumbbells, those types of things, okay? So chest, shoulders, those are all front, out to the front muscles. Then you have the body, and those are going to be your pull muscles. So if you have dumbbells, you would pull those up. That's for your back. Things like lifting, where you're pulling a bar off of for your back. Okay, so your upper body's in 2 parts. Your front, which you push, your back, which you pull, and then of course we have our lower body. So that's going to be, a lot what we did this morning, a lot of squats, lunges. We love to squat under the bar. Roseanne and Jim have both been learning to do that this year. Absolutely just in love with. You guys should actually, we have videos of Roseanne squatting. That's what we should be playing right now because it's actually so impressive. So when I'm designing a workout for my clients or for myself throughout the week, that's how I'm going to divide it. And then maybe on the 4th day, I would take a full body day or just concentrate on cardio. Abs every day, including right now. You want to do them? All right, hop on the floor, baby. Sideways so that the nice people can see it. Just want to start with crunches, the easiest core move that we're going to do. So my knees are up. Can you still see us? Are we too low on the floor? Okay, perfect. I want you to bring, first thing I want to do is a little arc in my back. First thing I'm going to do, every core move I do, is I'm going to take my lower back, I'm going to shove it into the floor, and I'm going to do that by bringing my rib cage into my hip bones. Now I'm going to breathe through my tummy, not through my tummy. First way to get your core nice and engaged. Now from here, we're going to do some crunches. So all I want you to do is put your shoulders and your head up off the floor. You're going to reach. Touch the back of your heels, okay? We're going to go for 20. We're going to go 1. Yep. Good. 3, 4. Go for 20. 5. If you're feeling this in your lower back, your core's not tight enough, you got to lower back right into the floor. I don't think I can talk and count at the same time. You think that's 17, 19, 20. Okay, perfect. Put your legs straight down. You can put that in your shoulders for a second. Notice how that arch in your back comes straight back. So very important. We're going to reset it every time. Push it down into the floor. I want you to put your arm over your head, and then just one leg at a time. Your straight leg up, touch your ankle, down, okay? We're going to alternate legs. Go ahead, start when you're ready. 2, great, go straight through to 20. Good. 5, every time she comes up, her shoulders and her head are coming up off of the floor. 10, halfway, keep going. Good. You keep breathing while you do this. If you hold your breath, it's going to be harder. It's just going to be harder. It's tough to learn how to breathe and do core work at the same time, but it's essential, so you're just going to do it anyway. You're going to learn it. Okay. Good. Flip over. I want to do a plank. We're going to do a plank to... You're just rolling around on the floor. I love that. We're going to do a plank to pike. So what that's going to... We're going to start in a nice standard low. So let's see some things I'm doing and some things I'm not. I'm not all the way back here, right? My shoulders up over my elbows. My hips are not too high. And my hips are also not, right? I see a lot of this. This is the opposite of what we want. This is so hard on your back. Spine is curved. My back is rounded like a cat, all right? From here, what I want to do is hop into a pike. So I'm going to push against my forearms, bring my hips, I'm going to stretch out like my tricep area, and come right back down. That's 1, We're gonna do 2. Okay, we're gonna go straight through to 15. No, you good. You've never done this one before, that's true. I should have prepped you. I'm so sorry. Push against your forearms, raise your hips, and come right back into a nice standard plank. Yep, perfect. Come right back down. Go back up. 2, good. I want you to feel this in your center core. I want you to feel how it's elongating your core and then contracting on the way down. This is a standard Pilates movement. So if you've ever done like a mat Pilates or maybe even Pilates on a reformer, this is something that you'll do often. Do 2 more. Do you feel that up here, like at the top of your abs, right in the center? Fine, you're good. Okay, everything we just did, we're gonna run it one more time. We're gonna do 20 crunches, okay? Take a big deep breath. What's the first thing we're gonna do? We're gonna throw our lower back into the, if I'm standing and I'm doing that, if natural posture, if this is my natural stance, curve my spine, I'm gonna tuck my tailbone in. This is how every core movement is done right here, okay? Reach, 1, reach further, 2, there it is. 3, you breathe while you do it, don't hold your breath. 4, good. 5, let's go ahead and go straight to 20. 6, 7, good. This is a standard movement. It's a simple movement to master, but it's not a movement on your core for sure. This is a very fundamental core move. If you're a beginner, if you're just starting out, this is a very good thing to start with. Before we would ever progress into sit-ups, this is what I would make everybody master first. Okay, perfect. Take a breather. You can let your core decontract just for a second. And then flat on the floor. Okay, hands up overhead. One leg at a time. Come straight up. Ankles. Here we go. 1. Yep, straight to 20. 2. Good. Perfect. 4. 6. Yep. 8. This movement is nice because it's affecting your center core at the very top, but also it's coming in for your obliques, which is just one side at a time. So whenever we do a unilateral movement, something that's one leg or one arm at a time, we're using those oblique muscles. It's like the of your core right in here. This movement targets both your center core and your obliques, which is really nice. It's like a 2 birds, 1 stone type of situation. Breathe. You don't need to in. Take a second. Roseanne, we are being hop down into that low plank for me. You remember these? We're going to go right into that plank to fight. So set your plank first. Good. I want to get nice and cozy, nice and comfortable. Curve your spine a little more. Drop your hips. Great. Push against your forearms. Lift up your waist. Back down. 1. Good. Going straight to 10. This is work ends, so finish strong. You'll notice how slow she's moving. With all core moves, especially, really moves, but all core moves especially, the slower you move, the harder and more effective it's going to be. You'll remember when we did those, we did some pauses, some holds at the bottom, and we came slow, came up slow, we went down slow. Movement that you're trying to build muscle, you want to slow it down. I'm much more concerned about the quality of reps than the quantity. We're going to stretch. We're going to stretch. How do we feel? That was a nice little full body workout. So we did 2 leg circuits. We did a quick upper body circuit. Finished with 4. It's a nice standard way to do full body. Is your heart rate up? Okay, good. That's what I wanted. If we... Oh, it's not too bad for after core work. Good, 125. If we were going to do some cardio movements, we would get it higher. Say, I feel like people have enough cardio in their lives because that's what people always default to when they're starting to learn how to work out. They're like, oh, I should just do jumping jacks. I should hop on an elliptical. Strength training is going to be so much more beneficial long run than doing cardio. If you ask any trainer, especially where I work, but I feel like any trainer anywhere, they're going to tell you most trainers probably only do cardio 1, 2, maybe 3 times a week max. I'm a spin instructor, so I have to do it 3 times a week. Only cardio I do for the entire week. If I wasn't a spin instructor, I don't know that I would even do it that much. So we're always a strength focus. That's going to be what shapes your body the most, what long term defines it. So I really want to stretch. It's important to me to cool down slow, really stretch out. So the first thing I want you to do is just pull one arm across the other, stretch out your shoulder. And when you do that, I want you to push your shoulder to the floor. If they're up here in your ears, this isn't doing much, right? So I want you to push them into the floor. Every stretch needs to be held for at least 10 seconds or else it's just not effective, okay? So pull. It's a good time to breathe really, but open up and switch. Perfect. Nice big deep breath. Good. Drop it, twist out just a little bit, just like when we warmed up. I want you to put one foot in front of the other like you're about to lunge. And then I just want you to come straight down, touch towards your toe. Keep that front leg as straight as you can. Spine as straight as you can. Stay here. You're going to come up, touch towards the ceiling, reach towards the ceiling. And then come right back down into it. Try to reach a little deeper this time. Come on up, and then we're going to switch legs over. We'll do the other side. You're going to reach low. This is for your hamstrings of your legs. You no longer call them your legs. You call them your hamstrings now. Come right down. And right up. Good. Want to do a couple butt kickers? Like this for your quads, right? It's nice and slow. And then last thing I want to stretch out is your core. I'm going to have you kneel down. Okay, come forward. And we're just going to stretch out right here. Drop those hips close to the floor as you can get them. Good. Breathe while you're here. Now watch me. I'm going to come all the way back. From right here, I'm going to tuck down. I'm pushing through my fingertips into the floor. That's getting me a nice arm and back stretch. Come back up into that core stretch. I love that you're having a yoga person on later. That's so good. That will be much better than my little quick stretching. One more time back here. Stand up. Then the we're going to stretch today. Pull on one, gently stretch your neck. I tell people you got to stretch your neck every single day. Every single day. I tell my, I coach high school volleyball girls. Every night you do your skincare, you stretch your neck. Every night. Those 3 things have to happen. They're non-negotiables. Add a little. And we're done. We're done. You killed it. You have workout into today. I'm so happy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I hope that you guys did work out at home. Okay.
Hear me.
Here you go.
Sorry. So, I said I hope everyone is watching. You tried some of this out. Nobody's going to get it right the first time.
No one's going to get it right the first time. It's definitely a learning curve.
Yes, but it's so much fun. And if you want Lori as your personal trainer, or if you want to just go to training or anything like that, it's Edge Fitness at Christiana.
Yeah. down at Edge Fitness in Christiana. That's right. It's right down by the mall. We've been open for a few years now. It's a pretty nice club. It's a pretty good facility. So I'd love to have you swing in.
Yes, I've been to many. I've the Y, Kirkwood Fitness back in the day. I don't even know what because she's not. She doesn't know some of these places, all of these gyms that we used to have, because we used to have a gold.
Yeah,
we had used to golds and all that. Been out, yeah. So yes, take it from someone who's like made the tour of fitness centers in Delaware. Edge is pretty damn decent. I'm telling you, it beats a Planet Fitness. I don't mean to bash, but you know, it's better.
It's a great facility.
And it's worth it. Nice people, and the people in the gym are nice.
Yeah, I agree.
I
think it's a really good community at the gym. I think a lot of my clients have kind of gotten to know each other, at least in passing.
I know. Well, that's if you own a cat, because a lot of Lori's ladies in the morning with me,
That's true. Yes, we do like to exchange cat pictures between all of my. That's very important to us. The staples of our team. But no, I think it is a really good community. I think that people who have places and kind of felt like they were on a little bit and walking in and wandering around kind of thinking, okay, what do I do? And you always end up on a treadmill somehow when that happens, or an elliptical. And I think that Edge does a really good job at members how to work out, like how to lift. And I think that the people that are helpful, all the front deskers, all the trainers are so helpful that if you ask anyone in that club how to use a machine or how to do anything, they're going to be pretty on it and pretty kind.
And if you don't, and that's fine, we really, really want you to at least do something for 10 or 15 minutes every day, at least, well, 5 days, maybe, right? You get yourself moving, because it's going to make you live longer.
Exactly.
It's gonna help your mental quality. I mean, it does. We work. You don't want to get up in the morning. Trust me, people. There's times where gyms with Lori is at 5:00 in the morning, and then he has to go to school to teach all day and have lessons, and he gets home at 7:30 at night.
Yeah.
But that 5 a.m. sets him for the day.
And I only meet with most of my clients. I only 30 minutes. So don't underestimate, like Roseanne, 30 minutes can do. I've always liked the analogy of, like, if your gas tank is empty and you only have a $5 bill on you, you're still going to stop at the gas station and put gas in your car to get home, right? So it's the same thing with working out. You don't need to set aside 60 minutes, 90 minutes to get a good workout in. You just need to set time that you do have. You have the time that you have. A lot of us work full-time, extra full-time, 2 jobs. Roseanne and Jim are some of the busiest people I know. Legitimately some of the busiest people that I've ever met in my life. And I don't know how their life seems so chaotic to me. And they're still at the gym, like Roseanne and Jim, really both of them are still at the gym like 3 to 5 days a week. And yeah, whether it's a half hour or the time for 60 minutes, you got to fill up that gas tank just a little bit every day.
Yes.
Prices are going up, but training prices are staying the same.
Yes, there you go. All right.
You make your choice.
So, the car as much as you can, but go get training. Okay, that's what we got.
Disco hit $5 yesterday.
I know, this is just
it's
getting
so wild.
silly. This is just getting silly.
I love that you that the people that are coming at noon are doing fundraising for Ukrainian. I think I might come back for that. That's so cool.
Great. Hey, listen, Frank, who owns Frank on Union Street there, he hosts Wednesday evenings. I think, what is it, like 4 or something like that? And he'll start up again soon for all the nonprofit. Like, you sign up each nonprofit. Cool. So we did. Italian Festival wasn't back up and running, so we did a Vino Festino last year. We had our board member Andrea Arena come in with Mario Padovani, who's another opera singer, a friend of ours, and they did all opera and Italian songs and everything. So we had like a mini Italian festival. And he and Frank, all the ticket sales and the tips and everything like that all go to the nonprofit. Amazing man. He really is.
I think my husband and I both have today off, so I think we might come back at noon for that. That
is good.
So
Thank
cool.
you. That sounds so good. Yes,
oh my gosh,
please
I
do.
love that.
All right, stay tuned. We're going to come up with our next guest. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Thank you.
I pulled my hair back and did a workout. Full makeup.
Toss.
Toss. The hair is still. My little turd of a cat, Hermie. You know where Hermie's from? The name?
Yes.
Yeah, nobody knows. No one knows. I'm like, it's Hermie.
Why
like,
am
what
I?
is- No, I mean, how do you not know Hermie?
I want to
But
be a
he-
dentist.
Yeah, he has little fangs that stick out. Like if you can see these little fangs, or if he lays up on his back, you can see. So yeah,
Nobody
he's a
wants to
huge-
play with a Charlie in the box.
He's like an encyclopedia of everything, I swear. But anyway, so it's a good day. It's a good hair day. I've never ever worked out with a full face of makeup. That was quite interesting. I'm sure right now my pores are like, "Yo, woman, what?" We're trying.
Yeah, you're looking fine, Roseanne. You're looking fine.
Thank you.
Hi, Jim.
Thank you, Jim. Please, Jim doesn't have to do anything to get up. He has no hair. He you know, he washes, he splashes water and says, "I'm good to go."
Yeah,
and I'm like,
hate it.
well, that's not going to work. Okay, so here's what Mark. So for those who don't know Mark has been with Bootless for several years now.
2008.
On 2008. Oh my God, we're so
Kiss Me Kate.
old. Kiss Me Kate. That was before we were.
Yes.
That's before we were Bootless.
Yep. I go
Again,
way back.
For those who don't know the history of Bootless, Bootless actually started as a guild at Arden Club up off of Harvey Road off of 95. There's Arden Guild Hall, and the Arden Guilds together. There's different Shakespeare. The Gilbert Sullivan Guild, the Arden Singers is what they're called, and that's actually how Jim and I met. We met doing shows together. We had a showman's. It was late for getting on stage one time because we were making out in the back area in the paint closet. Yes, he was dressed as a bishop, some Italian little. I don't even know what they called. But
Man, if I had a nickel to cue because I was making out backstage, I'd nickel.
What can I say? But so we were Arden Club, and our very, very first show was Honk, and not many people knew. Take on the Ugly Duck. Love that show. And we then also did Magic Flute, Mozart's opera, The Magic Flute, and I concepted it.
Flute.
Yeah, des Flöte, and I concepted it for Japanime. So the Pamina looked like Sailor Moon, and I was Queen of the Night. I had like this wild hair that came up and like a steampunk corseted thing. And so did my ladies, and Carlos Alicio was not Sarastro. I can't remember the other name anyway, but John Dennison was Sarastro for us and stuff. And so we had constructed the three these symbols as the set. That was about it. I think one was the wisdom, whatever the three temples are that are supposed to be in Magic Flute. I can't remember.
There are some things I don't know.
I know. I remember these things. Anyway, so we did that. But when we did Kiss Me Kate, we had a bunch of people, and Mark was one. We also had Jay Street, and there's a lot of people who know Jay now because Jay's big and famous in Delaware. I mean, and he's been here to perform for us a couple times. And Jay Street was our Bill Calhoun.
Yes.
That's the name. Bill Calhoun.
Too darn hot.
I didn't remember what that was. So that's it. But to be at Arden, you have to be a club member. And you couldn't pay. You can't pay. It's all community up there.
Mm-hmm.
And when we people together at the board, we really wanted to start paying people. We didn't feel the pay to play was appropriate for us. And so we became homeless. Did Bootless Stageworks is what we started as.
Mm-hmm.
We changed our name. Our board member, who was also the doctor professor at Drexel in the marketing, Wharton Business School. He said, "I don't know what you people do. I don't understand artwork." So a name that tells people what we do. And so that's how we came to Stageworks, to tell you that we're about the stage. So little Bootless there. But Mark is known, I love this, Mark is known as, oh shoot, we cast somebody and now they out we need. So this is like our sub over here. Every time I get into a bind, hey Mark, are you available to do? And
This morning.
the reason he's here this morning is because I was like, well, who better to ask than our professional?
I like to think of it, sports teams. Most sports teams have good starting players and everything like that, but the best teams have a deep bench. So I'm like the utility infielder for Bootless.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. So when a starter pulls a hamstring, whatever position.
And another thing, Mark is a major baseball fan.
Yes, I am. See?
Have you been? There you go. Have you been to all of baseball?
Well,
like what was that travel? Let's talk about your travel.
Yeah. So back in 2018, I actually did a trip where I saw games in all 30 Major League Baseball parks, plus one, the exhibition game. Well, it was a regular season game with the Mets and Phillies in Williamsport during the series.
Okay.
So 31 games and 31 parks in 30 days.
Yes. And he documented that, and we were all like watching, just going,
Yep.
where it was like, where's with Mark?
Yeah.
You know, Carmen Sandiego. That's the one. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? That was it. No,
there you go.
Pick you
David
out.
Yazbek.
Proud. Yeah. So, all right.
See?
What?
Yeah, I know who wrote the song.
Okay.
So.
I think what we're going to try to do is I'm going to see if I'm although I am stunningly beautiful in the morning at 6:30 at 7 o'clock, am I as smart as Mark Dixon? That's what we're going to play here at Bootless. Smart. Are you Mark Dixon?
Ruh-roh. So here, let's go to media. So look up Wordle Archive.
Oh, I saw that one. Hold on.
And Metzger Media.
Wait, I had it up here. Metzger Media. Okay.
Right. So click on that, and then if you scroll down, you can see the day. So we just let's scroll down towards the bottom. Let's pick how about 69 because that's nice.
Oh, you want to go all the way down? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what she's like. No, okay. Oh, I keep doing that. That's a third time.
Okay.
This nasty never comes off.
Okay.
Sorry.
Wordle Archive 69, original date 8/27/21, before radio knew what Wordle was.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to play an old archive Wordle. We don't give away anything that's recent. Mm-hmm. And we're going to see who gets it first.
Ready? You
got
it?
Okay.
Okay, we need a countdown, Jim.
5, 4, 3, 2, go.
This is riveting.
We need some thinking music.
Okay, this word is actually what I'm feeling right now. Okay, good.
Won't be long till the light won't come. And I know people broke broke down and defeated, lost what they needed in some miserable war. If I might around for before jumping right in it, I just wanna be sure. Some people around here been calling me crazy. Some people say I never love someone. That's alright, give it time and maybe I prove you wrong. On the right one goes. Won't be long till the
Who picked this puzzle anyway?
I know. All right, Jim, you're gonna have to like.
Got it.
Oh, you turd.
It's not an easy word, actually. Yeah. Yeah, you're close, actually. Yeah,
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like I just can't figure out where to put them together. All right, I'm not going to finish this because he beat me. So, all right, so I'll let you see what I did though. So I dream, and then I went to float, to loofah, and so those
You're so close.
I had, and I don't always, I know it's a green letter. I in the same spot.
I play the hard mode, so
Yeah, okay. So I had FLOA, and I had A in the correct spot. So I just couldn't get these together. So
this is how I did mine.
What the hell kind of word is that? That's not a word.
Let's see here.
It
Awful.
is. I know.
Yeah.
I know it's a word. It's one of those words like, no, that word is.
I know that was like really off the wall, and I'm like, I can't do this. The entrails, internal organs used as food. Awful.
Yummy.
Yes.
That's what
Yeah, I got it in 4. Yeah, it's very appetizing at this time of the morning.
I would not have that word.
So I went from tears was my first word because it's got a lot of the good letters in it, and then I went to the second word, which is what I was feeling at the time, was panic, and then gloam because that's a baseball thing, the homer and the gloam, and then I just it's like awful. It's like F fit in there. Oh, let's. That's how you work. Yes, yes, yes.
See, I tried a couple times with the words that they tell you, like, what is it? Arise.
Yeah.
What are the other ones?
Oh, there's a few.
I tried please.
Mm-hmm.
Like PLEAS. But listen, this is how I feel. The minute the New York Times bought Wordle, I said stop using all of those easy ones, and because they are going to pick some really off-beat word. It's New York Times.
Well, but though, they actually the original group had a long list of words that they already had set for each of the days, and the Times just used that same list. The only thing they did was there were like 4 or 5 words that they thought were a little.
Okay.
So they took those out and just moved everything up. So they really haven't put anything new in. It's actually the list of words that were originally going to happen. It's the confirmation bias. People think the Times are going to make it harder. It's harder now that it's on the Times. It isn't.
Okay.
Promise you. Promise.
Okay. I promise. All right. Well, I don't really work because I just do this to waste time at work. Or, because I play Scrabble.
Yeah.
A lot of times, so I don't think you know that when we opened back, I guess we tried to reopen in July and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And because we have the comedy, and we have jazz concerts now to up our game, so now we serve food. We set up for cabaret seating and everything else, and we serve food. But that means somebody has to. So who do you think is cooking the food?
The Italian mom.
I'm back there, and I have the full kitchen. So I have a air fryer, a crock pot, and a microwave. And I prep the food, and things like that. So it's kind of, we're just reheating. I don't like, but it's meatball sandwiches, mozzarella sticks, and jalapeno poppers, and some not too cheesy things and whatnot. So can't be out here watching the entertainment in my little cubby in my kitchen, and I play Scrabble. It's entertaining.
I'm not a big guy, actually, oddly enough. But I'm more crossword puzzle type.
I know.
Well, I competed in puzzle tournament.
Yeah. So, okay. Oh, I see that Anne.
Okay. Yeah, I know Anne. Mm-hmm.
Well, she was our Jasmine.
Right.
So, and she's an attorney here in Delaware, even though she.
Yep.
So, another Bootless artist, Anne, is also a crossword puzzle fan. But for some reason, she keeps getting these puzzles with mistakes.
No, all the ones she looked at. Some of the puzzles have a gimmick. This thing she was complaining about. I actually saw her post about the Bilbo Baggins.
Yes.
Well, what happens is that in the middle of it there were 4 circles, and what you had to do was you went through that, and then the 4 circles. It was like the clue. It was like the name of the puzzle where you had to actually go down the circles because the word kind of went in an L and then finished off. The rest of the letters that she thought were missing were actually right below it. And if you look at all the puzzles, it was all like that. I think eventually, looking at the comments, I was going to explain it for her. I think somebody else did, and then she figured it out.
Because I know that you did send her the one message, like, I'll talk to so-and-so about, because it was a mistake.
Yeah.
If there was an obvious mistake, which, listen, people, you try to put a crossword puzzle, it's not easy.
No.
I'm not, I mean, nowadays they actually do have self-generator kind of things that you can put in your words.
I do know a number of constructors. They will use a crossword compiler to help fill that like that, but the best of them do most of it manually. It makes for better, more interesting puzzles, because like the programs can fill the puzzles, but it might stuff. It's what makes a really good puzzle, interesting theme or interesting fill, as we call it, the words that go in there, and good clues to make it happen. And like what people don't know, the clues are often what make have the same puzzle be an easy puzzle, depending on how you. Okay. So when you for instance, at the crossroads where I've been like 8 or 9 times, when you get to the finals, there's like levels. Like the A finals are like the top of the top, the best of the best, and there's the B finals and C finals. And you have 3 whiteboards on the stage with the puzzle on the whiteboard kind of angled, so the 3 people can't see it. So you get your top 3 finishers in each group, and they put on headphones with white noise so they can't hear anything from the audience, and get the clues up, and they say go. And the people, based on your scores in the preliminary rounds, you get head starts. So the top several seconds, the second person over that, and the whiteboard, and each A, B, and C, they solve the same puzzle. It's the same fill, but the clues make them more difficult. So like the C division will do something like, it's like a Wednesday, Thursday-ish level of difficulty. The B is more like a Friday to Saturday, and the A division is like insanely hard, like that. And you still see these guys finish these things in 6, 7, 8 minutes. I actually did compete in the C final here and was in 3rd place. So I had a 30-second deficit to one person, and the person in first had like a 50-second head start on me, but I still won it. In half minutes, so I finished that puzzle on stage. But when I got into the finals, to say, but when I got into the finals, I looked at the other 2 people who had finished me and had the head starts, and I thought, I don't think either one of those people's ever been on a stage in front of people in their life. You know, they've solved all their puzzles in their room at home and stuff like that, but I don't know how they're going to be able to think when they have 7 people in the room watching you solve this puzzle. I've been on stage in front of people like that, so I don't get that kind of thing, except for like the first few seconds when I couldn't come up, and I was like panicking. But then I got one answer and everything went. And the next thing I know, they're still like freezing under the lights, and I'm done.
And now everybody's like, why are they talking about puzzles, and why are we puzzles? I tell people this. Most of the time, artists, especially a lot of my young artists that are coming in, they're gamers and things of that. But I like the words, and I think a certain generation are still stuck on words, because when you pick up a script, I don't care what script it is. I've always had one word that we may not know our standard language, and to look at that word and look it up, get that real definition. We might know what it means, right?
Like awful?
Like awful, yes. But because words are how you do a play, and
it's the language that's there. And if the actor doesn't understand everything about that word, there's just not going to, you're not going to convey it out to the audience. It's a lot of things that we see sometimes where you can kind of tell that the actor may just be saying the line, don't truly understand. Because again, I'm not sure how much an audience understands what it means to take the way an actor takes. We make our scripts up, and if you are super, super hardcore, a true professional, and like some of the Shakespearean actors and everything else, their script is so covered in breathing marks, accent marks, meter, meter mark. There's all these different kinds of things that you have to do. So I think that's one of those behind the scenes that I would love audiences to. I don't want to take away the mystery that theater is when an audience member comes in to experience, but to understand how much it takes to
preparation
be
is everything.
Actor, yes, and preparation is everything. And you see an actor take the stage in a show, you aren't realizing that they have been preparing this for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months in rehearsal, or sometimes where you're booked for a show a year in advance. And so you might be working on that show a little bit while you're working your other show.
I'm doing 2 right now, as a matter of fact.
You're into, and the working artists that we have, they are juggling a rehearsal for an upcoming. They're in a probably have a third at a Starbucks. Some of our guys are the singing telegrams, and things like this. I mean, they are hustling to make a living and be able to afford their rent and some food. And now gas is ridiculously expensive, and they have to travel
to get to the jobs.
Theaters to get to the job. Everything is going to be by SEPTA or DART or Amtrak. Oh, you can't.
One of the shows I'm doing is down in Maryland right now, so I have.
Oh, what are you in Milburn?
Yeah.
Okay. Milburn. What is it now?
Fun Home.
Oh, you're doing that?
Yeah.
Didn't you do it once before?
No.
Before. Drama League did it, but you weren't in that one.
Actually, it opened the day after I got back from my trip, so I couldn't do that one for the full month right before they opened. I was on the road.
Okay, and so what makes this a little for us is the fact that we talk about Mark when we did Wars. Now I couldn't remember. You couldn't make the show.
The first one I couldn't.
Okay, but no. Time around, didn't we have you do it once and Michael do it one night?
I don't think so. On the second, I think Michael did it first. Yeah.
But Michael Sheldon, who was here yesterday, came with his friend to sing some ditty, and so Michael was here yesterday, and so we have here today. Michael played Uncle Owen in our Star Wars musical
the first time,
and Mark played Uncle Owen the second time. Sheldon played Fun Home Dad.
Yeah, in Jersey someplace, right?
No, PA.
Yeah, PA. Okay, yeah.
Or was it Jersey? Now I don't remember.
I think,
he's
but
played that. Now Mark is playing that role. See, it's just
there's more than that too, because we've done Next to Normal here twice.
Oh, that's right, next for us.
And I played Dan the first time.
The first time Michael was the second. So
he's even comic because I think he's still preparing for the kidney donation.
Oh yes, he told me today. They called. So Michael is donating a kidney to his partner Jim, and they got the date. They got the all clear. They called yesterday. Well, they called Wednesday, and first week of April, it's going to happen.
Awesome.
And Mark is
I'm a living kidney donor. I donated in 2003.
So yes, and there's another
parallel lines.
I know. It's like you too. It's so
I
weird.
I love that Michael. Yeah.
Find people in your world just in the circle. But again, I always say that theater in the tri-state, not just Delaware, in the tri-state area,
it's a small family.
It's a small. We travel from theater to theater. You'll get the same people and the groups. And I always think at the first read, I'll go and they're like, "Oh we did this show together. And
Yeah, for me, it's
everything.
a four state because I do Jersey as well,
Right.
Delaware and Maryland. I've worked in
Right,
all
a
four.
lot more people are going down to Millburn now. I mean, hey, listen, I wanted to Andrew a little because he's a lighting designer, but
Yeah.
Lindsay worked it out.
Yeah, she's doing our lights too.
Yeah, and you're first because you had me first, and Andrew, we'll share you. But Lindsay's now working Follow Spot over at Delaware Theater Company for Otherworld.
Yep.
Yeah, she's so.
Which I can't wait to see. Looking forward to it. Go.
Okay, so I this.
Nice work is what I heard.
Well, and that's it. I'm not going to stop going. And again, I saw I'm not sure if it was the first or the second preview.
Mm-hmm.
So we saw it very early. And I really the first preview. I think it was supposed to be the second preview, but we ended up seeing the first preview. And Bud came out and told the audience, listen, this is really the first time we're doing all the first. And so if we stop,
it's a working.
And that is something, again, audiences sometimes don't get is the fact that if you're in a preview, because we do it here at Bootless, I come out and I say, listen, it's a preview, and if something happens, we have every right to stop the show and fix it, because that's what preview is about. Preview is working out the kinks before you get your full audience in there.
Do you like my preview story?
Quickly, because
okay.
we have
Okay. A few years ago, Christmas Story, the musical, and Old Man, which if you remember in the Old Man in the movie, he swears a blue streak, and it kind of gets like that. Well, in the show, they have a whole bunch of nonsense words. Flippity jibbity habit jababity. Like, I had to make sure I memorized every single line so that I wouldn't accidentally let a word slip. So for preview night, we had folks come in from one of the old folks' homes in there. So it's like about 30 Patrick people coming in. The entrance, I had where I had to make a change, then climb a ladder backstage to get up into the second level of the house to come down for Christmas morning. I had just enough time to get up, yell at the kids, get in your beds or I'm going to tell Santa to for a flippity flopping house. And when I came out after the change, the ladder wasn't there. And they finally they scramble over, they get the ladder. I'm rushing up the ladder and I'm just getting to the platform when it's time to say my line. I'm a flippity floppy F word house.
Yeah.
You let the F word fly right into the house of all the old folks. And the director and choreographer were all sitting behind them. And they just kind of looked at each other like, they're going to go one way or the other. They're either going to God or they're just going to laughing. And they cracked up laughing.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, the F word fly. A kids show production. All the kids were there. They were all rolling on the.
Yeah.
They all heard. They were all laughing. So yeah, that's what preview is.
That's preview.
You can definitely F it up.
Previews
Am I allowed
are
to say that we're
fun.
here in this?
Oh yeah.
I said fuck. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I'm telling you, last night we just went into a whole realm of. I'm amazed Facebook didn't shut us down. Okay, so we're gonna here and we're gonna go back over to the stage, and we have our nutritionist. It's Nicole Surratt. Nicole Surratt. Just give us 1 minute to flip the script here. Be right back.
Good morning and welcome back to Do More 24-hour telethon. Coming up, I have a very good friend of mine, Nicole D. Surrett, a health coach for me, and she's going to go through a segment on nutrition and wellness. Thank you so much and good morning.
Good and happy Friday. Hello again. My name is Nicole D. Surrett, and I am excited to be a part of the Do Tell. And I'm especially excited because Bootless has added this health and wellness component to it. So that is right up my alley. Thank you to my Linda for the intro. I am the founder and a health coach for me. So I help women reach their health goals one step at a time. I help them make transformational, lasting change. And when I think about the title of this telethon 24, ladies, I think of us. We are doing more 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I want to speak specifically to the ladies. So the guys who are tuning in, think about your mothers, your girlfriends, sisters, your whatever. But this is specifically for the ladies. And what I realized with COVID is that we are super women dealing with a kryptonite called stress. Talking about stress, it's not just, the stress kind of comes and goes. It's that chronic, ongoing stress that leaves you feeling stressed out, overworked, and underappreciated, right? And what I want you to think about when you hear do more, or you feel like somebody is making requests of you to do more 24, I want you to do more for yourself. So that's going to be my spin today. Strategies that you can put into practice today so that you do more for yourself. And I'm going to start with decreasing stress. Let's do it again. To decrease stress. So stress is a societal epidemic. It is showing up unannounced, uninvited in our personal and professional lives. So to go around over it to no avail because stress is everywhere. It's actually an epidemic. So just think about it. Stress is the traffic. It's the money or the lack thereof. It's the boss, it's the coworker, it's the employees, it's the children. Sometimes, ladies, is even the husband, right? So it's that chronic stress that is leading to chronic health conditions such as blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, depression, and obesity, and some types of cancer. And we've got to decrease our stress. You need to know what your triggers are because we want to be proactive about our instead of reactive about it. So if you know what your triggers are, you can be prepared in advance on how to combat them. So we actually are internally wired to have a biological stress. It's actually a survival technique. So if you think about it, if you're a cave woman and there is a saber-tooth, you need to be in flight mode. But if your body is operating in that emergency mode every day, then that's where it gets to be a. So you need to know your stress triggers and you need to know how you stress because it does not respond to stress in a way. It may show up as headaches, stomach aches, inability to concentrate, inability to focus. So know what your stress triggers are and how you respond to them. So one of the things that we're going to do is to decrease our stress. And we combat stress through self-care. So you have to own your self-care. So as superwomen, I know that we are doing everything for everyone except for ourselves. It's to our wellness. You know, it's not even that we're putting ourselves on the back burner. We are nowhere on the stove. We are no proximity to the kitchen. And we've got to change that. So I need you to know, ladies, that self-care is not selfish. It is actually essential to every aspect of our health and wellness. And we make the mistake as women, oftentimes, of seeing parts of our lives separated. We look at our health, the physical, we put them, we separate them, and we can't. We can't separate our health, the physical, mental, emotional, physical, financial, occupational, relational, it's all interconnected. And if one is out of sync, there's the potential for there to be a domino effect where them get knocked out. And we can't afford that for that to happen. So many people on us, whether it's family, whether it's on the job. And if we go down, that means there's a high likelihood that some other things are going to go down as well. And I want you to think about it this way. When you take better care of yourself, it not only benefits you, it benefits the people with whom you live, work, and play. Because when you're stressed, trust me, your family members, your coworkers, they all know about it. So when you take some time to take care of yourself and come back refreshed, it just makes a difference for everyone. And I'm sure you've heard the saying that you can't pour out from an empty cup. Ladies, you've got to fill yourselves. So, a spa day, weekend, that's nice, but you have to take care of yourself every day. Even if it's just 5 minutes a day, take some time just to go do something that you want to do. You have to put yourself on your to-do list because if you don't, who will? But I don't want you to put yourself on the to-do list and think about it as another chore. And I don't want you to think, oh my goodness, Nicole, I don't have any more room on my to-do list. How could I possibly add my name to it? That's not what I'm talking about, because if it feels like a chore, you're not going to want to do it or you're going to regret doing it. I want you to choose self-care activity that bring you joy. And that can range from getting your nails done to reading a book to just taking a walk outside in nature. Do things that make you feel good. And especially during COVID. And, it was stressful for everyone. It continues to be stressful to everyone to some degree. But when everyone was in the house together, so you've got children home from school, people, parents and adults who aren't working. So now everybody has their space in the home. Even if you have to just put a sign on your door, not disturb for the next 10 minutes unless your hair is on fire or something like that, and stick to it because your self-care matters. Ladies, you matter. If no one has said that to you in a while, allow me to be the one to start your fabulous Friday off that way. You matter, your health matters. And again, if we can be proactive about our health, then taking care of managing your stress are proven ways, these lifestyle changes, ways to help you eliminate, decrease, and maybe prevent chronic health conditions. So you have to own your self-care. And one of the ways that you can do that is by moving. No, don't move. Don't move from your house. I'm talking about movement. So we tend to hear the term physical activity, and I want you to know that we're away from that term because many people think, or when they hear physical activity, they think, oh my goodness, go join a gym. I've got to buy all this expensive equipment. I've got to buy this expensive clothing. No. So we're using the word movement. So movement is working in your garden. Movement can be just taking a stroll in your neighborhood. Any way, any time that you move your body counts. So we've got to more movement into our lives, especially with our technological society. The remote is so comfortable. I mean, television. We have 3 remotes. I don't know how to work it. So life is simpler for me when I could get up, walk over to the television, change the channel with my hands or the pliers. So now I'm dating myself. I could do that. These 3 remotes, I just don't even buy television. So get your body moving and pick activities that you enjoy. Because if you enjoy those activities, that increases the likelihood that you will continue with that activity moving. And your options are so many. They range from Zumba to racing to line dancing to swimming. And I'll tell you a little secret, but you have to promise just to keep it between us and the Bootless audience, okay? You can actually take the stairs instead of the elevator. What a novel concept. You can park your car further away from the front door as trying to get that first space. All of that activity, all of that movement counts. So I will say this, before you change anything to your wellness routine, make sure you consult a physician. I don't want you to watch this presentation and then head out this afternoon because the weather's supposed to be beautiful this weekend and do a 10K. That's a physician because you have some health issues or maybe you're on some medication. Check with your physician, your primary care provider first, all right? And remember that movement, physical activity benefits your body, it benefits your bones, it benefits your brain. So keep that in mind. So we are going to move a little more. And when you want you to observe your body, our bodies are super intelligent. But guess what, Superwoman sisters? I'm so busy giving that we are not paying attention to the signals. I have worked with women who have said to me, I didn't know how high my blood pressure was until I found myself, or I didn't realize how exhausted I was until I couldn't get out the bed a couple of days. So our bodies are giving, we've got to be paying attention. You've got to be watching the signals and responding to those signals. So observe your body and what it is telling you to do. So if you have plans for the weekend and you're just feeling exhausted, say no. Actually, no is a part of your self-care. It's about creating healthy boundaries, knowing when it's okay to say no when you don't want to do something or you don't need to do something. So promise me that you will observe your bodies and listen to its signals and respond accordingly. Sometimes bodies are telling us to rest. A lot of times when we hear about rest, we think, oh, that's for babies and little people. Sleep is equally important for adults. It is suggested that you get 7 to 9 hours of sleep a day. And you want to make sure that it is restorative sleep, that you are getting REM sleep at night. So to power down, because even if you're watching television right before you go to bed, you turn it off, but the images are still going in your head, in your brain. So it is recommended that you power down from devices maybe 2 to 3 hours before you get to bed. To eating 2 to 3 hours before you, and to make sure that your meal is your lightest meal. So if you haven't shared this, and now since I'm talking to the ladies, you eat like a queen for breakfast. You eat like a princess at lunchtime. Eat like a pauper at dinner. So your heaviest meal should be breakfast. Your middle meal should be lunch. Your lightest meal should be dinner. And we actually flip that around in our society, where dinner tends to be our heaviest meal. And it's really too much for your bodies, because when you're sleeping, it impacts your digestion as well. So remember that. In terms of some strategy, you rest well. It should be dark. The room should be cool. It should be device free. If you have a television in your bedroom, I hate to be the bearer of bad. Get rid of it. Get rid of the television in your bedroom. And I'm just a messenger. Don't kill me for the message. But sleep experts say the bedroom should be for sleep and only. That's it. Not watching. So try it and see if to sleep better. All right. I'm going to shoot for better night's rest. And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about what you eat and what you drink. So we need to eat as if our lives depended on it, because it really does. We eating to live instead of living to eat. And what you put in your body, what you're eating, what you're drinking impacts your health and wellness. So if you're a person who has high blood pressure, you're watching your sodium intake. If you're a person who is diabetic, you're watching your sugar intake. And we have to be educated consumers, and we have to understand that those food manufacturers, they're all about business. They don't care about your waistline. They care about their bottom line. So we reading the back of those nutrition labels. They're not necessarily going to tell us sugar on a label. So we need to know those other words that also mean sugar. Fructose, sucrose. Those are words that mean sugar, and we want to watch those labels. And we need to know that they are choosing names for their products to get by. So for example, lean cuisine. You're trying to lose a little weight. So you see lean, think, yeah, that's me. And you don't want to feel like you're buying a TV dinner. So they cuisine. So now you feel like you're eating something fancy, right? You flip that box over and see the sodium. Now Houston, we've got a problem. So be mindful of what you are eating. And I'll say this, when we talk about sugar, always think about the liquid sugar that we consume. So I'm talking about those sports drinks, those power drinks, fruit juices. Look at those labels and look at the amount of sugar that you are consuming. Very important, and it all works together. So I'll just share with you, I'm a former teacher, and so I got a chance to put my teacher hat. When you think about doing more for yourself, I've made it really easy for you. All right. So D, you're going to decrease your stress, right? O, you are going to own yourself. M, you're going to move your body more. O, you're going to observe your body and the signals it's giving you. R, you're going to rest. And E, you're mindful of what you're eating and drinking. So ladies, in conclusion, what I want you to know is that you make or fail to make impact your wellness. With every decision that you make, you make steps that are moving you closer to wellness or moving you closer to illness. I'm hoping that you are desiring to move closer to wellness. And if I can be of assistance to you, please reach out to me. Again, the name of my business is A Health For Me. You can find me on Instagram at A Health Coach For Me. My website is ahealthcoachforme.com. And women make transformational change one step at a time. I believe that as women, we know, number one, we need to make change. But change can be overwhelming in itself. And sometimes when we feel overwhelmed by the amount of change that we need to make, we default and we. So I want to encourage you, don't get caught up desiring to see the whole staircase. I just want you to take one step at a time. We work together and we take step one. When we finish step one, then we go step two. We're not going to focus on step 500 because that's so far down the line, we just feel like it's unable. But when we hit our health and wellness one step at a time, the little changes really do amount to much. And then in a couple of months, we look back and we think, oh my goodness, I've covered 457 steps. And so that puts you closer to your goal. And I really do function as a coach. So if you think of football or basketball, I'm on the lines with clients. We are crafting the plays, and then they go onto the field, onto the court to knowing that you have me as your health coach, providing accountability, support, and encouragement. I'm going to do on every step of the way. So, Bootless, thank you for this opportunity to share some strategies about how you can do more 24. So, ladies, decrease stress. O, own your self-care. M, move more. O, observe your body. R, rest. And E, be mindful of what you eat and drink. And I hope that some strategies that have inspired you to make a change. Take care.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you. Now I have to put all of that into practice. I'm going to try. I'm going to try. I'm being serious. I'm going to try. I do some. When she says reduce stress, I guess that means things like don't run a telethon. Yeah, how about that? How about don't theater? But no, I love running. I really do. I love this. We are supposed to have the yoga at 7:30 to 8. Is that correct? All right. So can we take a short break? Because I want to ask and find out if I can switch something around. Okay. So we will be right back. this pause.